Hi, I'm Mark Mazzaferro, and it's time for another episode of Fire Fact with Fire Chief Kris Concepcion. Chief, thank you for taking some time out of your day.
Hi, Mark. Glad to be back, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Same to you. And of course, our guest Sabrina is here again today. So that's always nice to have guests. Today, we're going to talk about 2015 and what happened in the fire service.
Yeah.
So take it away, Chief.
Just want to let everybody know the exciting things that happened in 2015 for the Vacaville Fire Department. For the year, we ran 9,445 incidents. So that was up about 600 incidents from 2014. So number of calls are going up. Of that, close to 9,500 calls for the year, about 72%, so that runs about average, were medical aids or medical emergencies. And that's that also holds true for as far as the percentage of medical emergencies for a typical size department as Vacaville. So it was a pretty typical year with a slight increase in incidents, but the things that were atypical were the fact that we had lots of big incidents here and around the state.
Right. And 600 sounds like a lot, but just real quick in my head, that's like 2 calls a day maybe increase. But it's still significant.
It is significant. It's about a 7% increase in the number of calls, so that is significant.
Right.
You can see that the city of Vacaville is growing, and as a result, the Vacaville Fire Department is slightly busier as a result of it. So.
And even the big numbers, what is it, 9,700? Is that how many you said it was?
Close to 9,500.
9,500, okay. Well, let's just use for round numbers 10,000. That's a lot spread over a year. That's,
Absolutely.
And anybody who owns a scanner knows you guys are constantly on the go. Whether it's a medical call or a traffic accident or PD needs help or whatever. I mean, you guys help each other a lot, but
Absolutely.
But it's never a dull moment in scanner land. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the bigger incidents. We had probably certainly one that got a lot of publicity right here in our own town on the 4th of July.
Yes, it was a 4th of July fire. I wasn't here yet, but that was a very big fire, and concerning in the fact that it was caused by fireworks. So we're already starting to work on making sure that we have an effective campaign before this 4th of July that people not light their own fireworks, because fireworks are illegal here in the city of Vacaville. We would rather that people go out and watch the great show that the city of Vacaville puts on.
It's crazy. We did a public service announcement. The goal was to run it, heading into the summer, but because New Year's Eve was coming up, we decided, well, let's let this run now, sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And so we put it on our YouTube account and posted it on Facebook and Twitter. And I would guess 99% of the people totally got it. And there were a few people who accused us of taking all the fun out of the holidays, right? And that's a little bit disappointing, to say the least.
It is a little disappointing, and the holidays can be fun without any of that dangerous stuff.
Right.
And that's really what we want people to know, especially the 4th of July. I mean, fireworks are absolutely dangerous. So we're already starting to plan for the 4th of July. It's that important to us. But I mean, it causes significant fire, and you got to realize that when we get a fire of that nature, it depletes our resources here in the city, and then we have to draw in resources from all over the county as well as throughout the state.
Well, I think too is it's easily prevented.
Yes.
Just don't light fireworks.
It's
right?
absolutely
How tough is that, right?
100% preventable, and that's why we want to mention it.
Exactly.
Yes.
And there's all these other things. Oh, it bothers my pet. I've heard comments from folks who have relatives or are suffering themselves from PTSD. That the pops, the explosions, and just how about just be considerate of your neighbors.
Yes. Absolutely, yes.
We're like it or not, we're kind of in an urban setting. There's lots of homes, there's lots of things that can catch fire.
Yeah, and not to mention, like I said, the 4th of July, from what I understand, the city of Vacaville puts on a great show. So, we'd rather people go out there and watch that, spend some time with your friends, watch that in a safe environment.
Very big, very exciting, and free.
Yes, absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
How do you beat free, right?
You can't. You
Well,
can't.
on top of the 4th of July fire, as we were saying before we got started, you had the lake fire, the rag fire, the this fire, the that fire. That while we didn't participate directly, we certainly sent guys and gals to help fight those fires too.
Yeah, California has a robust mutual aid system throughout the state. So when there are fires, and this year we had a significant wildland fire season. There were lots of brush fires throughout the state, mostly in Northern California. But our folks were busy. We had people out for 14, 21 days at a time. So that
Right.
can really have an effect on the guys, and it just keeps them really busy. So we were out there helping, and as a result of them, of the Vacaville firefighters helping, then that way, if we have a fire here, then we can be assured that that will be returned in kind.
It will be reciprocated.
Absolutely.
We had a little city pop up at Lagoon Valley during the fire at Berryessa, which was, sad they had to come here, but by the same time, it was really cool to see how they were able to mobilize all this equipment and all this personnel and move to wherever they need to go. And that Berryessa fire wasn't quite out. It was out enough that they just packed up and took all their stuff to the next big conflagration.
Yes.
You mentioned that most of those fires were in Northern California. There were, and that's kind of unusual, isn't it? Usually Southern California has most of the big...
Yeah, usually Southern California does have most of the big fires, and there were some significant fires in Southern California this past year, but actually a lot of them happen here in Northern California. I mean, the fire season usually starts in Northern California and moves its way down to Southern California. And Southern California didn't. I mean, it had a significant fire season, but not as big as Northern California.
And not like in the past,
No.
thank goodness. So
Yeah.
everybody needs a break now and then, right?
Yes.
So let's talk to our guest, Sabrina.
Sure.
She's here to tell us about winter safety.
Yes. Well, now we've talked about fires during the summer. Now everybody has heard that El Nino is coming. And from what all the weather predictions are saying and National Weather Service is saying is Northern California will be hit, and it's probably going to get hit probably late into January, and then it will last significantly through probably March or April. So I've brought Sabrina here, and she can talk about some of the safety aspects and maybe prepare some of the residents.
Sabrina, keep us safe during El Nino. What can you tell us?
A good thing that every resident should have would be an emergency kit, and it's a 72-hour one. And some things that you can have in there would be, obviously food, and then you want a gallon of water per person per day, and a first aid kit, important documents, and there's other items that you need in your kit. And to get a little list of that, you can go to the city website, and we have a great list on there.
What else can we do to stay safe out there?
So you don't get flooding in front of your house. What you can do is you can rake away the leaves in front of your storm drain and out of your gutter. That way you don't have water just rushing down the side of your houses.
That's something we talk about on occasion, either in other shows or on the website or on our social media, is to rake leaves away from the gutters in front of your house. Mm-hmm. It's such a simple thing to do, and yet it's going to save you so much time and effort. Recology does sweep the streets, and from what I understand, the trucks are now designed to kind of try to move away as many of those leaves as possible, but it's better to just get out there and do it yourself.
Oh yeah, definitely is.
Okay, all right. Anything else?
Other things that you can do is while you're driving and during the daytime when it's raining, you need to make sure that you have your headlights on. That way everyone is safe. And what else you can do is just make sure you have a bigger distance between you and the car in front of you, just in case you have to make a quick stop. You don't want to slam into the back of the car.
So let me dumb that down for folks. Slow down a little bit.
Yes. If
Right?
it's raining
Pretty
hard,
simple.
slow down.
That's right. I don't know how many people I've seen whizzing by me on the freeway going 75 in the middle of a deluge. It's like, you must have a lucky horseshoe and a four-leaf clover somewhere, because maybe you know what you're doing, but I have no faith in any of the other folks on the road.
Right.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that, you absolutely have to be careful and realize what, consequences your actions or irresponsible actions might have. So if you're driving a little too fast and you lose control of your car, you get in an accident, you get hurt, that means the firefighters are going to go out there and help you out. Well, because of the lower visibility, because of the rain coming down, it's more dangerous for the firefighters to be out there.
Right.
So absolutely, your actions can have some serious consequences. So everybody should really take time to be safe. And it's easy to do. All you got to do is slow down just a little bit, and everybody's that much safer.
I couldn't agree with you more, Chief. But and as I get older, I agree more. I feel like the old guy with his blinker on sometimes, driving down the freeway at 65, and everybody's blowing by me. It's like, they're cussing me like I cussed them when I was 20 or 30 or whatever. But, youth is wasted on the young, I guess. Right, Sabrina?
Totally.
Oh, okay. So what else can you tell us? Any other tips or suggestions you might have for us?
I think another good one that a lot of people don't think about is when it's raining, obviously the ground is wet. And when you walk into a store, you might slip, trip, or fall. And so just an easy thing to do, whether it be a store or just your house, just wipe your feet off. No one wants to get hurt, and it's an easy way to help that.
And I could go on and on about falls. We've done lots of videos and presentations about falls. Certainly for the senior members of our community, a fall can be devastating.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And honestly, for everybody else, it can be embarrassing on top of it. So, good idea. Wipe your feet. Man, how many times did you hear that when you were a kid growing up? Wipe your feet!
Either that or take off your shoes.
Yeah,
but
right.
you can't do that in stores. So.
No, that's another story for another day. Any other tips, suggestions, ideas?
Another one, going back to, if say there is a flood in front of your house, you don't want to drive into it. It's never a good idea to drive into standing water, whether it be in front of your house or just anywhere around town.
Good idea. Again, people, you see it all the time in videos. I can maneuver through this deep water. It's not that deep. And the next thing you know, they're floating down the street because they didn't realize how deep it really was.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's about it
That's
for
it?
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of information on our website. Winter preparedness is the little box on the homepage, and that'll take you to another page that has links to all kinds of other good information too. So if you have any questions or concerns or need some ideas, that's a great place to look. Anything else we want to talk about today, Chief?
Oh, just thanks for having us, and just glad to be able to review 2015 with you. We're really looking forward to an exciting 2016. There's a lot of great, exciting things for the fire department that are on the horizon. As you know, Station 75 in Southtown, the construction is going well, and we just graduated 13 brand new recruits, so we already have the staffing for that station on duty here. So we've got extra folks that are ready to staff that, and we're probably shooting for May to have that excited too. And we also have a brand new fire engine and a brand new fire truck on order. So lots of exciting things. We're really looking forward to seeing what 2016 brings us, and just wanted to wish everybody a happy new year, and just make sure everybody stays safe.
Good deal. Well, thanks. Thanks for the update, Chief. It's good to know that we're taking steps to not only keep our community as safe as it is, but even safer.
Absolutely.
75 is going to be huge for the folks over in Southtown, and updated, up to the state-of-the-art equipment is good for everybody.
Absolutely. Yep.
Well, thank you both for being here today, and thank you for watching this episode of Fire Facts.